Hi, this is Kathy with JLB Channel, Journal to Life from Beginning. Today we're going to do something different. I am going to be working with my Family Tree Maker program, hoping to show you a little walkthrough and an exercise to be able to get you started. If you're interested, hope you continue watching. Let's get on with the video. Going through and snatching pictures from Facebook that they had shared with everybody to be able to put their picture inside my program. I will show you how to do that as we go on. Currently, we are going to start from the beginning. As you can see on the screen, there's no names, there's no anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my grandfather as being the base person. He won't go back too awful far, but because um, I know most of his information and stuff. We're going to put it in, put what we know in, and then see if it registers any things up here at the top. Okay. Get that out of the way so I can see it. So his name was Robert Morris Johnson. His father's name was Joseph, Sepha Johnson. His mother's name was Missouri, Uri Ellis. Of course, he is a male. You'll fill all this information out. Thinking he was born on the 26th of 1910. Oops, that didn't work out. 1910. He was born in Ansted, West Virginia. Fayette County, West Virginia. So this is going to be, the name of my tree is going to be Johnson 2, because I already have my first S. Johnson. Okay. Cannot access the folder in which it saved new trees. Make sure this folder is not read only. So let's see. Let's see if we can do my family trip. See if we can name it that. Nope. Oh, I know why it is. It's because this one, I have a hard drive. And on this hard drive, I have some information, not family tree information. And on this one, I have my family tree information. So that is why it cannot access it. This is a learning curve for me, guys. This is just sample me doing it. Now, let's see if we can put it in and make a new tree. And looky there. Now we're going to be able to select the tree, hopefully. Yes. Yes, as you can see up in the top corner, my family trip is now my new one that I will be studying, Robert Morris Johnson. Like I said, this is just a sample. This will let you know how to get in there, how to put your information in. And you start out with yourself. Always start with yourself as the root person, because then you will be able to trace that back down with the little red triangles that's on the thing. So we're going to put in his spouse, which is Dolly. Can't even see today, guys. Mae, M-A-E, Johnson. Nope, nope, nope. Take it back. Wilson. You always put the maiden name in. All right. So now we have Dolly as the primary person. You can see her right here. She's the top person, and therefore we know that we're working with her. So over on the right hand side, you will see we have her birth, which was 11, 14, 19, 18. I know these dates because I've done this forever. You will have to put in the dates of the people that you know and then research the other dates. So that's where we're at with this. Okay, so she was born at Hawksnest. There used to be a mining um, town down there. Gosh, I can't even spell today. Also in Fayette County. Okay, so now I don't know what this other line is for. You could put in the information like, you know, who was the doctor that delivered her. Whatever you want with that extra line is up to you. I don't put it in there. Let's see. She died. Want to say February the 27th. If these dates aren't exactly correct, we'll change them. 1987, because that was the year Christy was born. She died in Charleston. 258. No, no, I don't know what. Charleston, West Virginia. It's Kanawha County. Kanawha County, West Virginia. Now you could put here where she's buried at, what she's buried at the McGuire. Cancel. McGuire Cemetery, also in Fayette County, West Virginia. That's what I normally do. You can put that on their notes section, which let me bring me up in here where I'm not disturbing anything. This is called the notes section. When you bring it up, you can put a new note and we can put she is buried in the McGuire Cemetery along with her parents and her daughter. You could also put in there her parents. Let's go back. And in parentheses, you can put Leo and Mary Wilson. And then her daughter is Rose Simons. I think that's right. It could have two M's in it. Anyway, I have this correct on my other one. I'm just trying to do this off of memory. So then there goes your first two people in your thing. You'll notice over here you have 4 because Robert now has his father and his mother in place. Okay, so what we can do if you want to go straight to the person is you can put it, say, we will put Ellis in there. Let's put Wilson, so it'll tell you. It's going to automatically take you to all the Wilsons, which in this case we only have 1, so it's going to take you to Dolly. Say you want to go back to Robert, you can do it this way if you don't have very many, or you can just simply press on him and then it becomes the original. You can go over to Joseph, which is his father. Now what we're going to do is something called a web search. We're going to see if there's any information on Joseph. You got to make sure that's the person you're looking for, Joseph A. Johnson. We're going to search it. And then all the records that has to do with a Joseph A. Johnson. I'm sorry, my lights are horrible. There we go. That's a little better, but it's not better for me. Bring you around here where has to be on me, but oh well. This is just a practice sample. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go up here to this one. This is the highlighted part, so you're going to bring that up. I suggest you do this because you're just starting out. And look, see, we have a piece of, it's either a marriage certificate or, birth certificate or a death certificate. I would say it's his death certificate. But we can go down through here and we'll see their birth date. He was born in Chesterfield County, Virginia, which is what I have in my original. He has a brother. See, it says this, and this is him. I don't know why it says he's the brother of, but anyway. We have Lula, May, Wallace, Jesse. All these people are in the family. Now, you have to be careful because when you come down here, some of these things will have multiple marriages. They'll tell you where he lived at due to the census, where his son passed away. Then he got married again to Georgia Johnson, or Georgia Ann Cameron. Because, see, this person does not know that Aunt Georgie, she was my great-grandmother, but long story, her maiden name was Cameron. So she actually got married to a Cameron. Was a Cameron and got married to Johnson. Let's see. We can bring that paper up. And see, just by pressing on that, you can now, and then take your mouse and scroll it up. You can see that Joseph Armand Johnson, he died December the 23rd of 34. And that's why you want to scroll in so you can see it. He was a white male, married. He was married to Georgie Cameron. See, that's where I told you her maiden name was Cameron. Then we've got, he was a minor. It does not give his direct cause of death. The only thing that the coroner puts, or the doctor puts on here, is he only saw him immediately after death. So he does not know why Granddaddy Joe passed away. That's curious. I had not paid attention to that before. But anyway, it shows you who his father's. This is the important part about a birth or a death certificate. It tells you who the father is, which was James Johnson, and Margaret Wright was the mother. So now you know, and Paul Johnson was the informant. I know because I've got the history. Paul is one of his sons. And it was recorded December the 26th of 34. So now we're going to, because all this information I know is correct, we're going to merge this in. And to want to merge, you just simply go up, make sure that the information that you already have in your tree matches information on this side. Okay, so now with the little blue dot in it, that's the one they're going to use. So we want to use his full name. All you got to do is click on it. And then that will bring all this down. And then they give you a source of the death, which is the death certificate. And then you hit next. Since we don't have in the file who his father is, we can go down here to the bottom and add his father. Add his mother. Add, this was his first wife, Missouri Jane. So we can add that and make sure we go up and put the middle name in because we didn't have any of this information on this side. And we need to add Georgie. Georgie Ann should be Cameron, but in this case, they left it as Johnson. Granddaddy is the only one that we put in there. So now we'll be able to add siblings. There's Joe. Of course, Granddaddy is here. So if you want to merge that detail in, you go down to merge. And next. And now you see information on both sides. So let's see. I probably got the birth backwards, so I'm going to switch it up to this. One he died on and one he was born on. So we're going to leave this one out. We're going to put the 11th because I know it was one or the other. Okay, go down here. His death was, like I said, I had them backwards. So that's why you always want to check the information that you're trying to merge in to your family tree to make sure that what you have, is right. It says Lauren was a brother. You need to add him because we don't have any brothers in there. Joseph is a brother. These were kids that was born by Georgie, not Missouri, but let me make sure we got that in there. Nope. See, I've got to go back and change all that out. Okay. So Lauren was correct. Lauren is correct. Joseph, because I know, and you wouldn't know if you just did this, you would think that Lauren was also Aunt Georgie's, but he wasn't. He was actually Missouri's kid. Okay. There's two other ones. There's Paul, Robert, Rob, they called him, and Lauren. There's Elgin, and then a girl that was born to that family. But this particular person that we're taking this information from does not have. So what we need to do now, Joseph is Joseph and Aunt Georgie's kid. So we need to make sure we change this one. If it's blue is what it's going to select. We want to make sure we select Georgie. Now, it's going to be really hard for you if you have not done the legwork or do not know ahead of time to decipher when you're going on the web search to find different information. I suggest strongly that you go to your family members and get all the information that you can get from them to start with. Therefore, you have a baseline to weed out the information that is on the internet that is incorrect, or be able to add information that somebody else did not have. Now, you can always, if you put these people in and they turn out not to be the person that you want, you can always go through and delete that person out later. But that makes it, because they're tied in with every other family, makes it a little hard and you'll miss one. So now that all of our information is in there, everybody's in there, you can scroll down to see if there's anything you miss. It'll tell you all about them, all about everything that you're getting ready to add in. So what you want to do now is, if everything looks right, if everything you've gone through looks right, then you can go merge now. It's going to set it all up right here. Then you have to hit the close button to be able to make sure that that's all there. Now, if I'm correct, nope, it did not save this in here. So what we want to do is, you can print it out here. You can download it. Well, you can save it to your tree, but it's wants you to find a person. See, and it's only bringing up the Johnson one. So it's not even bringing the new one up yet. But anyway, if that's not in, what you can do, you can always save the image as somewhere in your computer. I have it listed all under genealogy, and I probably have it already. Let me see. No, looks like I don't. Now, you can leave the number as is and just put a hyphen. Don't ever put a slash because it won't accept it. And put Joseph. Josepha Johnson, death certificate. All right. So now when you need to bring that into your media, you can go into your computer, wherever you saved it at, and bring it up into your file, because it makes it says you can save it to your tree, but for whatever reason, it won't let me do that. I'm not sure. Somebody out there watching this can tell me how to do that. All right, so then now that we're all done with this, we need to backspace out of it, hit this little green arrow, and go all the way back until you find this page. Then you can research somebody else. Then you'll go up to people, and now you'll find that Joseph Johnson, go back to this little place, now has 12 details in his family. Oh, that's James, sorry. He has 20 details in his family. So this is all information that was filled in basically immediately, but you really have to be careful when doing this, because the information that they put, although even I have in my mindset that this is the correct information, you really need to make sure that you verify it, as I said before, with 3 different places so that you can make sure, like we can go back in to research him again. I'll show you some other spaces that could be. He is still up here. That's why you have to change it. Make sure you go back so you can change it. Okay, so we got that one. We now have him here. It lists his birth and his death date. So that is the second one. That matches what you have down here. Then you can go down to a census. Now the census is going to tell you where he lived at in 1910. And you can just keep on going down. He's going to register his birth date, which is what we have. This is a copy of his birth record. Okay, so now you have that. You can bring this up. And it has to validate that I actually am a blah, 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 blah. So I have to verify that I'm a human. Now, this family tree program is not cheap. It's about $100 and some a year just to have it. And then in addition, for me to be able to do what I'm doing right here, I had to sign up for Ancestry.com, which is an additional amount of money. So if you're not willing to put that much money out into your family genealogy, just stick with going to people that you know. Go to the library and see if there's any family history books, because some people make them up, and you can check them out and see how many families. Look for history books of your county. I have found a lot of information based on the Fayette County history of people that I am kin to. In fact, not too long ago, I was doing a history lesson on Thurman for my Facebook channel, and I found out that one of the people that was in my family is actually connected with the Thurman people. So, it really worked out good for me to do both together. In the long run scheme of things, if you're wanting just to find a little tidbit of information about somebody, you can go online and search RootsWeb. And a lot of RootsWeb is still free. A lot of the Ancestry channels now do cost you a price. So if you're interested in genealogy, you may have to sign up for a service. There's a couple other ones that are free that I will try to bring up as we're doing this, and then get into and learn as we go, figuring those out. But this is the register of Joseph Johnson. So you have to bring it up, and you'll have to look, because these names are something else. Date of birth, name of child. Okay, let's see if we can find James Johnson or Joseph Johnson. Here is Joseph Johnson. Here he is. On here, they spell him Joseph Ammon, Ammon. But you will see, because this will now be a verification, and his dad's name is James M. Johnson. So now we know we have the correct person. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, when this is up, I can save to the computer, which is the same difference as what I did before. And this one I'm going to rename as Joseph A. Johnson birth record. So then that way I can go in and go back and add that media fact. Let's see if it will let me merge this in. So you see, it is, this one has one name, this one has another name. I think this one is correct, but we're going to go with what they have here to keep it so we can find it. We can now merge Margaret because that is the mother. And James is the father. So now, in just that short amount of time, I've been able to verify that information 3 different times. The reason that I am merging this is because this gives me the other source on my computer. Okay, so now we have all this information, and it says 1 new media item. So when you merge now, unlike the other one that we did, this image will actually merge into your media file on your Family Tree Maker. So now you have facts, media, and notes. So you can go here to media, and now that is right there. Is the same thing that's right here is down here in your notes. You can bring it back up. Well, you can bring it up. It's linked to the tree. And if you have any notes on the people that you wrote in, that will be down here so that when you're scrolling through everything up here, you can look through the notes or add notes or whatever. So, okay. So that is basically the beginning stages of hunting somebody on your family tree or putting the information in. Now, like I said, I went back. I have books and books and books and books and books of all this information that goes back forever. You would not believe how far I can go back, so I'm not even going to tell you. So this information is in my Johnson. Let me just show you real quick because it's easier to do that. Let's go from this tree, which is my family trip. You can see it right there, down into my Johnson file, which is the one that I'm working on. Okay. So see, they're still bringing up because I had went in and I can do Robert Morris, which is the one we were searching. But now you can see, I now have a picture of Granny. Not the best picture because it's an old picture, but I'll find another one and put in there. I can replace it. So now I have pictures of Granddaddy, and I have a picture of Grandma that I have to put in there. But then this is all the information. This I can fill in 1, 2, 3, 4 generations with no problems at all. That's how much information I've got. I've now got, I can do James. I can do Margaret Wright's parents and Hezekiah. We can do Ellis, Missouri Ellis's family back. So there is benefits to doing the legwork first. So that is entirely up to you. This makes it easier to find. I will give Family Tree Maker 100% of the credit of being able to find it easy, and the web search item is wonderful. The web search things that you find, the results that comes up on it, has to be taken with a grain of salt, because if you haven't done the legwork, you're just going to merge all that stuff into your program, and you're just going to keep saying, oh, well, oh, well, oh, well. No, not oh, well, not oh, well. Make sure that you find at least 3 different things that you can find, or you're 75% confident in the information that they have is the information that you need before you hit that merge button. Because you can find a lot of stuff. I have had to correct a lot of stuff that got merged in, or just simply leave it out because I am not confident in that information being the correct information. But it's easy done. Like I said, if Family Tree Maker is the way you want to go, here's just one of many programs out there that you can get. You can find one that's more suitable to the amount of money that you want to pay. But I had been gifted in 2010 the original version of the Family Tree Maker. So that was wonderful for me because then I could, at that time they had the little disc with all the information on the disc. They weren't as web savvy as they are now, but I got a lot of information from there. I went to the Fayette County Courthouse. I went to many cemeteries. I went here, there, and yonder. There's places at the Fayette County Library that has a whole genealogy thing. You can pull that book out and set it at a table and just research to your heart's content. Would I love to see somebody else in our family get the bug? I'm 66, guys. I'm 66. You can't rely on calling and asking me XYZ. That's why I'm putting it all on the computer program with the caveat that I make 2 copies of it. One goes to one daughter, one goes to the other daughter. So that if somebody wants to, say Mandy's kid, Hunter, has a granddaughter or a grandson that's really interested in the family history, he can get the information from his mom and she can pass it on down the line. And hopefully everybody will convert it every time the new computer systems come up. All right, guys. Well, that is all I've got for you today. I am going to bring you back next week with more research into these particular family tree. As you see, I have the information, so I can use me as a source to source these now because I now know. I do not have it online as of yet because I am verifying and finishing up information that I have. Soon, I have. There is a little snippet thing that you can put in this to make anybody that is still living their information not to be able to be disclosed. So that's where I'm at now, is to make sure that anybody that's still living, you might get their name, but you're not going to get any personal information about them. So, all right, guys, I'm hoping that I can switch this from this Zoom thing that I'm using to a video and get it out for you today. If not, you're not going to see it. We'll have to do an actual Zoom call so y'all can see what I'm doing. Anyway, y'all have a great day, and we will talk to you on the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you like this content, please give me a like and subscribe to my channel, and share this out with the rest of the family members that you know, and see what we can get accomplished in the next few weeks. All right. Thank you a lot. Bye-bye.